Happy New Year, guys. I hope you had a great break. This is just your sneak peek of the week for week 16 for Calculus AB. I hope you had a very merry holiday and spent some time with family and friends. Here we go for the week. As usual, I'll put this video on the first page in case you miss anything. On Monday, we're going to talk about registration. Juniors, I believe registration is due by Wednesday. So just a little bit about that. If you're not sure what to register at, or ask me, I'll be brutally honest what I think you should. I do think that juniors who have an A or a B, so a B or better, should register for BC even if you're not 100% sure about it. Um, it's easier to switch out of it than switch into it, and it's good to get an idea for numbers. Um, a little bit about Calculus BC as compared to AB. The the B stands for Calc 1 and the C stands for Calc 2. So when you take Calc BC, you might say, what does the A stand for? That's actually the pre-calc component, which they don't have anymore. So really this year you're taking technically Calc B, and then next year would be BC. And so what happens is we end up doing a lot of Calc 1 again. So unlike this year where every section is something new that you've never learned before, in BC we have a lot of crossover. So we even the whole first month we review AB. And then like, for example, we do the particle motion stuff with velocity, acceleration, position, all that again before we do our parametric motion in BC. So there's a heavy chunk of crossover. The workload isn't quite as heavy as well. So we do have some more difficult topics, but we spend a lot more time on them. So most kids don't usually have an issue with BC. AB tends to be a little bit more difficult, to be honest. But let me know if you have an A or a B. I do think you should register for it, unless you know unless you either like hate calculus or you're not going to need it for your future endeavors. Then I would recommend AP Stats in that case. But I think most juniors ought to register, should register for Calc BC. It's really good to get that experience before going off to college. On Monday, we're going to walk through the quizzes that you took before break. And then you're going to have notes for homework. Okay, so Monday, your homework will be to take notes. Tuesday, those who didn't watch those notes are going to leave the meet and go take them, while those who did, we're going to work a little bit together on the homework. And then you'll have to finish that as your assignment. On Wednesday, we're going to do some really important notes. The reason I say they're really important is the topic is hit heavily on the AP exam. It's almost always an FRQ. And also it can be a struggle for some people because it's super visual. You won't be doing a whole lot of actual math. You'll be interpreting graphs, and some people find it the easiest thing they've done. Other people really struggle because of the visual component. So those are going to be some tricky section for some of you. Then on Thursday, we're going to start a curve sketch analysis packet together. And that'll be your assignment. Some of you are going to struggle with that. Like I said, it's very visual. So I'm going to have an after school help session on Thursday that I would suggest you go to if you're having issues with this packet. And then Friday, we're going to take a quiz on AP Classroom. And then your assignment will be to finish that curve. Peek at the week. Let me know if you need anything. And I look forward to getting back in class tomorrow. All right, so have a great last day of your Christmas break.